Do we have anybody from the public in the council chambers, do you know? Is there
No.
anybody?
There's no one.
And there's
Okay,
nobody on Zoom either, actually.
Okay, well, then I guess we'll have to wait, I suppose.
Maybe watched on YouTube.
That's true.
Okay. Well, if there's anybody out in the public, we do have a special council meeting today. And we're just waiting for another council member to join us. We do not have a quorum, so we can't start the meeting until we have at least 3 council members. So we will wait until we have a quorum.
In the meantime, would you like Clementine to discuss how to chime into the meeting, or should we wait until?
I think we should wait until we have a quorum,
Okay.
because we're not really in a meeting until we have that.
Is this like school where they are 15 minutes late, like we end the class?
Well, I was assigned that duty, so if I want to, Tyler, I can. I've done it before. We'll see what happens here. Chrissy, is there actually, that's a good question, Tyler. Is there a time factor here?
Ellen
We
is
just sit
joining
here
us,
and-
by the way.
Ah, beautiful. Great.
So iSearch is currently down. I'm going to put something quickly up on my screen that shows what to, where to go on Zoom to join us. That may partly be why we don't have it much in the way of attendees.
Okay, that works.
Thank you. And I've reached out to ISD and they're checking it right now.
I was wondering why I couldn't see anything online, but I'm glad it's just not me.
Yep, and the vendor is currently working on bringing iSearch back up, just as an update.
Thank you. Nat, how long do you think your presentation will be?
The presentation itself will be less than 5 minutes, I would say, and the conversation, depending on whether council would like to spend time discussing it or postpone it. Staff's recommendation is hopefully to continue the conversation when we have all 5 council members present as well.
I agree.
Okay.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, yep, I'm here. Sorry, I was expecting next week being the last week, so last Wednesday.
That makes sense. That's for sure.
I think our
Let's see.
code says third Wednesday, I believe. So anyways, I'm not sure. I'll look it up. Okay.
Okay, I think we're ready. Tyler, you in with us here?
I'm back.
Okay, great. Welcome, everyone. This is a special meeting that we have at the end of each month. It'll be, looks like it's going to be a short meeting, but before we get started, let's let the public know how they can communicate with us on this meeting. So our city clerk will go through letting you know how you can be a part of this meeting. Go ahead, city clerk.
Yes, thank you. So if we had anybody in the chamber, I would say please wear your mask regardless of vaccination status and keep your phones and devices muted. We don't have anyone with us right now. To virtually participate in today's meeting, please join us on the Zoom app on your computer or mobile device, and you can also call into the Zoom meeting. iSearch isn't working at the moment, which is where our agendas are posted, and I put this on our screen to show what website address to type into your browser or how to call us by telephone. So I can sum up by saying there's a link that you can type in, or you can join us by telephone by dialing toll-free 833-568-8864, then enter meeting ID 161-384-4440 pound. And if prompted to enter a participant ID, press pound. Detailed instructions on using and updating Zoom are available at monterey.org/public meetings. And to make a public comment using the Zoom app, you can virtually raise your hand by pressing the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen. If you're dialed in by phone, raise your hand by dialing *9 and then unmute yourself when called upon by dialing *6. You must do both. Public commenters will be muted until it is their turn to speak. I will call on each public speaker in the order of their hands raised. Please stay within the time limit established for today's meeting, and a countdown timer will be shown on the screen. If you're connected live on Zoom, the timer is accurate with no delay. Today's meeting is also streamed live on the city's YouTube account at youtube.com/City of Monterey with about 10 seconds delay, and on Comcast channel 25 with up to 90 seconds delay. And we look forward to receiving public comment.
And if I can also add to this, the iSearch website is back up and running for those who would like to access the agenda or any of the materials.
Okay, thank you very much, Clementine. We have our mayor is going to join us in closed session, and our vice mayor is not going to be present tonight. And so the city manager appointed me as the sort of vice mayor for tonight to conduct the meeting. So I'll go ahead and do that and call to order our special meeting on August 24th, 2022. Tyler, why don't you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilmember Williamson. Since this is a special meeting, tonight on the agenda, we do not have public comment on agenda items on the not agenda items on the agenda. So we're going to move right into our first item, and that's to adopt a resolution supporting the principles of mutual Monterey, a united governance framework. If you'll remember, a couple of weeks ago, or actually it was the end of July, staff made a presentation on mutual Monterey, and this is the second part of that concept. So I'm going to turn it over to the staff and go ahead and give us a brief presentation, please.
Yeah, thank you, Councilmember Albert. Let me just begin by stating, I think tonight we will just give you a presentation, and I suggest that we are not passing a resolution. We need to have all 5 council members present. And since we also have a closed session afterwards, knowing that the mayor couldn't join us and knowing that the vice mayor couldn't join us, we still decided to present what we have so far, gather some more input from you and the interested public, and then roll all that over to a council meeting where we know that we have all 5 council members there. So it's my suggestion that you tonight just receive our presentation and provide feedback as much as you can, and then that we are not taking a vote tonight. Again, I believe that is also in concurrence with all 3 of you, knowing how you conduct business in the city.
Thank you, Hans. Do we need action on that? Do we have to have a motion for it to push it to the next, or can we just continue?
I think we have to take a vote to continue it to a date certain.
Okay. Yes, Councilmember Williamson.
Can we just move to table the entire discussion? I would hate for us to have the discussion today and then again maybe have to go through some of this with the other council members. So
yeah,
if I could make a motion to table until the next appropriate meeting.
Did you want the short 5-minute presentation from staff, or should we just table the whole thing?
I think we should just table, because we're going to have to do the same thing again anyways.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
I'll second it. Yeah, and I think if we table it now, we're going to be able to move to closed session. Otherwise, I think we'll be listening to public comment, which is great, but then we'll listen to it again next time, and might be better just to kind of consolidate.
Okay.
Okay.
Chrissy, are you okay tabling it?
Sure, that's fine. I do see that there are 3 attendees virtually. I don't know if any of them wish to comment on this or not.
Well, I plan to open it up to public comment.
Okay,
on the
great.
motion, so we might as well do that. Okay, thank you. We do have a motion and a second. If we could now open up to public comment, if anybody would like to comment on our motion, please do so now.
Please raise your hand virtually if you're intending to provide public comment. And we do not see any hands raised at this time.
Okay, thank you. We'll bring it back to the council. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Certainly. Councilmember Williamson,
Yes.
Councilmember Albert,
Yes?
and Councilmember Hoffa.
Yes.
Okay, that motion is passed. And now I think we're going to end our special meeting and move into closed session. Thank you all for coming.
We should
Real
take
quick, wanna
any
ask-
public comment on the closed session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Is
you.
there any public comment on closed session?
We do not have any public comment on closed session virtually.
I can see that there's nobody in the council chamber, so now we'll adjourn to closed session. See you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.